Good evening. You're watching the 7 o'clock English news from the Sultanate Oman Television. First, the headlines. Within the Council of Ministers' decision on employing the citizens, His Excellency the Minister of Transport and Communications directs the logistics sector institutions to employ the job seekers. The Minister of Heritage and Culture finishes preparations to inaugurate Oman Theatre Festival in coming December. And the Sultan's embassies in brotherly and friendly countries continue celebrating the 47th Glorious National Day. Those were the headlines, and now the news in detail. His Excellency Dr. Ahmed bin Mohammed Al-Fataisi, Minister of Transport and Communications, in a session directed the institutions associated with logistics sector to employ job seekers within the framework of the implementation of the Council of Ministers' decision on employing 25,000 job seekers starting from December. Statistics showed that the number of job seekers reached 47,000, holding different scientific specializations and qualifications. Statistics also indicate that the number of establishments in the logistics sector is 3,000, where 80,000 workers are employed, but with an urbanization rate of only 13.9%. As the government stressed on the importance of absorbing job seekers, the government will undertake certain procedures on the establishments which do not cooperate with the Council of Ministers' decision as a first stage. 13 prizes are contested by 8 theatre teams in the 27th Oman Theatre Festival during the period from 17th until 27th of December. The festival, which will be held this year on the stage of the Applied Sciences College in Sohar, was announced at a press conference at the Ministry of Heritage and Culture. A draw was made to arrange the theatrical performances between the participating teams. The festival will include workshops and exhibition and will host a number of those interested in theatre to exchange ideas and expertise. His Excellency Yahya bin Saeed Al-Jabri, Chairman of the Board of Directors of Special Economic Zone Authority in Duqm, invited Chandong of Chinese District to invest in the zone. This came while meeting His Excellency Li Qian, Deputy Managing Director of Chandong and reserve member of the 19 CPC Central Committee, which is currently visiting the Sultanate. His Excellency Yahya bin Saeed Al-Jabri clarified that the Al-Duqm location gives opportunity for Chinese companies to reach easily to a number of Asian and African markets. From his side, His Excellency Li Qian reviewed the facilities of Chandong district, expressing his hope that this visit will contribute in increasing the trade exchange volume between the Sultanate and China. The Sultan's embassies continue celebrating the 47th Glorious National Day. In Egypt, the Sultan's embassy held a reception ceremony on the occasion of the 47th Glorious National Day, which was attended by ministers, officials, heads of the Arab and foreign diplomatic missions accredited to Egypt. During the ceremony, His Excellency Dr. Ali bin Ahmed Al Isai, Sultan's ambassador to Egypt and his permanent representative to the Arab League, welcomed the guests. It included activities that narrate the story of Renaissance since His Majesty Sultan Qaboos took reins of power in the country during the previous 47 years. The Consulate General of Oman in Melbourne, Australia, held a reception ceremony to mark the 47th National Day. More details in the following report by Saleh bin Khalfan Rahbi.
On the occasion of the 47th National Day celebrations, the Consulate General of Oman in Melbourne, Australia, held a reception ceremony to host a number of Their Excellencies, the ambassadors, consuls, members of parliament, ministers, and representatives of the diplomatic missions in Australia.
Oman is certainly a significant country, not just in its region, but in global terms. The contribution that Oman is making to trying to broker and encourage peace in the Middle East, to bring people together to the table to talk rather than to fight, has been significant. And that's been based, I think, on certainly the leadership of Oman's vision for that country.
Around 250 dignitaries, comprising of businessmen, academics, and representatives of various economic, scientific, and political sectors, attended the celebration. In addition, the event witnessed the attendance of a number of Omani students studying in Australian universities, who displayed the history and civilization of the Sultanate during the ceremony.
In the 1970s, His Majesty Sultan Qaboos bin Said assumed the throne and made a promise to establish a modern state. We celebrate the leadership, vision, hard work, and cooperation of His Majesty and all Omanis who have contributed to Oman's amazing development and progress. The builder of Oman made education the cornerstone of Oman's development. His Majesty famously stated that there be learning even under the shade of trees.
The Omani students in the Australian continent are the fruitful result of the friendly relations between both countries, which encompasses wider horizons in many other areas.
I'm proud to be here today to celebrate the 47th National Omani Day, and as an overseas student, I feel that this is one of the biggest achievements that the country has provided us with.
This celebration in the east of the globe was an example of how Omani citizens celebrate the dear occasion around the world. For the Sultanate of Oman Television English News, Saleh bin Khalfan al-Rahbi.
In the Belgium capital, Brussels, the Sultan's embassy also held a reception ceremony on the glorious occasion, which was attended by businessmen, ministers, officials, heads of the Arab and foreign diplomatic missions. The welcoming party was led by His Excellency Najim bin Slimane Al Abri, Sultan's ambassador to Belgium. It included a documentary on the Sultan's achievements and development projects in various fields. Meanwhile, a reception ceremony was held by Her Excellency, the Sultan's ambassador to Germany, to rejoice the 47th glorious National Day. A number of senior officials, diplomats, media people, writers, Omani students in Germany, and other personalities were present at the celebration. The ceremony highlighted the Sultan's good relations with Germany, as well as the achievements realized in Oman in all aspects and the blessed Renaissance. The Sultan's embassy in Spain celebrated the 47th glorious National Day. The event was attended by a number of diplomats, intellectuals, and media men. They congratulated the Sultan, its leader, and the Omani people on the great occasion, praising the pioneering role being played by the Sultan in spreading the principles of peace and dialogue. Excuse me. The Sultan's embassy organized a reception ceremony in China to celebrate the 47th glorious National Day. The reception was attended by senior Chinese officials as well as a number of economic and academic personalities, in addition to members of the Arab International Diplomatic Corps. During the ceremony, the attendees praised the good relations binding their countries with the Sultan, cemented by the wise policy of His Majesty Sultan Qaboos. A wide number of government officials from Thailand, as well as members of the Omani community, media people, businessmen and journalists gathered in a reception ceremony held by the Sultan's embassy in Thailand to celebrate the 47th glorious 47th National Day. The attendees held the accomplishments carried out in each part of the Sultanate under the wise leadership of His Majesty Sultan Qaboos. To come a news bulletin. The Nakhal shooting competition was concluded amid celebrations of the glorious 47th National Day in the Governorate of South Batina. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. Dozens of Palestinians gathered in the West Bank city of Ramallah today to show solidarity with the victims of the militants' attack on a mosque in Egypt, northern Sinai. The attack on the mosque 2 days ago killed 305 people. It was the deadliest attack by the extremists in Egypt's modern history and a grim milestone in a long-running fight against an insurgency led by local affiliates of the Daesh group. Palestinian legislator Mustafa Baghouti called for a unity in fighting these acts of terrorism that have no relationship to any religion and no relationship to humanity. Iraqi forces today continued their push to remove Daesh group militants from the deserts redoubts in the governorate of Salahuddin. The Iraqi Ministry of Defense said in a statement that the units from the army and the Popular Mobilization Forces are driving through the desert areas near Tikrit. After it was dislodged from the border town of Rawa last week, the Daesh lost all its urban possessions in the country but retains a presence in the deserts. Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince today opened the first high-level meeting of the kingdom-led alliance of Muslim nations against terrorism. Mohammed bin Salman spoke briefly at the gathering of the Islamic Military Counter-Terrorism Alliance in Riyadh. The 32-year-old son of King Salman said the coalition won't allow extremists to tarnish the name of the religion. He said the members of the gathered to pledge to do all that they can until terrorism is uprooted and is erased from the face of the earth. The alliance, which first formed in December 2015 with 34 nations, now includes 41 countries, though it apparently does not include Iraq, Iran or Syria. Tributes were paid across the Indian city of Mumbai today to mark the 9th anniversary of the terrorist attack which killed 168 people. Wreaths were laid and candles lit at memorial sites at the Chama Hospital and a police station in South Mumbai. On 26 November 2008, 10 gunmen went on the rampage across Mumbai, attacking luxury hotels, a major train station and a Jewish center, among other targets, as the Indian police and military struggled for nearly 3 days to regain control. A volcano on the Indonesian tourist island of Bali erupted for the second time in a week, disrupting international flights, even as authorities say the island remains safe. The ash column from Mount Agung rose 1,500 meters following an eruption that began yesterday evening and has continued for several hours. Villages close to the volcano were coated in a thin layer of ash. The volcano's alert status has not been increased from the second highest level. 8 international flights, 2 and 13 departing from Bali, were cancelled, with about 2,000 passengers stranded at the airport. The volcano's last major eruption in 1963 killed about 1,100 people. Authorities said anyone still in the exclusion zone around the volcano, which extends 7.5 kilometers from the crater in places, should leave the area. About 25,000 people have been unable to return to their homes since September, when Agung showed signs of activity for the first time in more than half a century. Indonesia's sites of the Pacific Ring of Fire has more than 120 active volcanoes. And now for more local news, the works of the choosing finalists of the Sultan Qaboos Holy Quran competition, which is organized by Sultan Qaboos Higher Center for Culture and Science, started. The number of qualified competitors to the finals of the 27th round, and which will continue until the 29th of November, reached 48 male and female, where 8 competitors will be qualified from each level. It's worth mentioning that the total number of participants in the competition reached 2,156, and the number of centers for the competition reached 21 centers in various wilayas and governorates of the sultanates. A ceremony was held in the governorate of Dakhiliya for the opening of Manah Cultural Center. The opening of the center came under the supervision of the Ministry of Heritage and Culture. It is considered as an expansion of the library of Sheikh Mohammed bin Mas'ud al-Busaidi, which was established 20 years ago. The ceremony included an introductory session on the establishment and development stages of the center, which was built on an area of 3,000 square meters. The center includes a main hall in addition to other facilities of training and innovation. It will contribute in spreading knowledge and cultural awareness among the members of the community, as well as the intellectual movement in the governorate. The opening ceremony was presided over by His Excellency Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdullah al-Hinai, advisor of the state. In the governorate of Musandam, the tourism sector witnessed a great improvement due to the various tourism activities and programs being implemented throughout the year by the Ministry of Tourism. The Department of Tourism organized a conclusion ceremony for the activities and programs being implemented by the ministry in the governorate of Musandam. These include presenting lectures and raise awareness among citizens about the economic, social and cultural value of tourism sector. What is more, the ministry organized a number of tourism exhibitions which contributed in attracting tourists from inside and outside the Sultanate, in addition to forming a voluntary team whose job is to provide information and facts about the main touristic landmarks in the governorate. The tourism sector is considered the main support for economy in the governorate of Musandam, which is famous for its distinguished geographical nature and unique touristic sceneries, along with its moderate temperature, extended coast, marine and mountainous areas, being besides its deep-rooted historical civilizational heritage. Celebrations of the 47th Glorious National Day continue in various governorates of the Sultanate. In the wilaya of Nakhal, in the governorate of South Baltina, citizens organized a ceremony on this special occasion. Various society segments took part in the event, which included a number of sports, social and cultural activities. Such activities included a heritage village where various palm fronds products were exhibited. The event also included traditional arts like raza, which was performed by elderly, Such activities reflected the deep-rooted heritage of the Sultanate. Male and female school students also participated in the event through chanting, casting poems, and showed love, loyalty, and allegiance to the builder of the Omani Renaissance, His Majesty the Sultan. On the sideline of the ceremony, a traditional shooting competition was organized at Nakhal shooting grounds. Around 85 shooters from the Wilaya of Nakhal took part in the competition using both heavy and light shotguns. This event was presided over by His Excellency Nasr bin Mahmoud Al-Kindi, Secretary General of the Royal Court Affairs. This is the Sultan of Oman Television. Before we enter tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. Within the Council of Ministers' decision on employing the citizens, His Excellency the Minister of Transport and Communications directs the logistics sector institutions to employ the job seekers. The Minister of Heritage and Culture finishes preparations to inaugurate Oman Theatre Festival in coming December. And the Sultan's embassies in brotherly and friendly countries continue celebrating the 47th Glorious National Day. And we'll now come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here in the newsroom and the studios, thanks for watching.